We have breaking news out of the Ukraine. The war in Ukraine is heating up. There's no question about it. As pro-Russian forces and rebels have shot down a Ukrainian helicopter, killing 14 troops, including an army general. Now, the acting president told a session in Parliament just not long ago, quote, I just received information that near Slavoniks, the terrorists, they call them terrorists, but they are the pro-Russian speaking rebels, using a Russian manned portable air defense system, has just shot down our helicopter. So obviously the rebels, the pro-Russian rebels, are getting supplied by the Russian government and Vladimir Putin. I mean, where else could they have gotten those type of weapons? So certainly the war is heating up, and this is what we're going to see, as the Americans and the European Union will supply money and weaponry to the Ukrainian government, and on the other side, Vladimir Putin and the Russian government will supply the rebels, the pro-speaking rebels, more and more and more weaponry. And if they start to lose, you'll see Putin will actually send Russian troops in there to help him. And maybe a lot of those troops already fighting that are supposedly pro-Russian rebels may actually be Russian soldiers, special ops and Russian soldiers from Moscow. So obviously what we have here is another situation developing just like Syria, a proxy war between America and the West and against Russia. And it's happening in Damascus, it's happening in Syria. It's been going on there for 3 years. President Assad of Syria has been supported by Vladimir Putin of Russia. He's been supported by, of course, the Iranians, and he's getting support from Hezbollah in southern Lebanon. While on the other side, the Muslim Brotherhood and Al-Qaeda freedom-fighting rebels of Syria, if you will, are getting support from the United States of America and some out of Turkey and part of NATO, which would represent the West. Now, we know this is going on in that arena, and that's why Damascus is fulfilling biblical prophecy found in the book of Isaiah chapter 17, verse 1, and also in Jeremiah 49, verses 23 through 27. So what you have is the burden of Damascus. Behold, Damascus is no longer a city, but has become a ruinous heap. Well, now Bible prophecy is shifting into Europe. As that goes on, now we have another one of these proxy wars between the Americans and the Russians. This time it will be fought in Ukraine, and it will have a lot to do with the oil pipelines, and the bragging rights, if you will, of who's going to control the European Union. Will it be the Russians? Will it be the Americans? And how will this shape out as the new world order and the one world government is preparing itself to rise? There's a struggle. Well, who's going to lead this beast? And in my book, Mark of the Beast, RFID, and in my book, Jerusalem Jihad, that question gets answered. You will see who will lead the New World Order. What nation, what leader will come from which nation, and why it will happen. Well, you can find all about it if you read Ezekiel 38 and Ezekiel 39. Also in the book of Revelation, it gives you one hint, okay? That certainly Gog and Magog, that certainly Russia plays a major role in leading those forces. But also you have to realize in Revelation 9 it talks about the 200 million man army. And I just read that in my devotion days. And that 200 million man army and the fact that it will be crossing the Euphrates toward Israel, well, that is going to be, without question, that has to be the Chinese. They're the only nation in the world that could put together a 200 million man army. So it's Russia and China. Both will be the leaders of this new world order. But of course, the Americans will succumb. They wanted to lead it, but they won't get to. Babylon will fall. Mystery Babylon will fall ultimately, unfortunately, and be a part of the New World Order. It will be one of the kings, as there will be 10 kings that will be reporting to the Antichrist. And we know that there will be a false prophet. We know there's going to be a one world government, a one world religion. There will be a one world currency and a mark of the beast system to manage that currency and those health benefits and your freedoms and all of the things that have to go with it. So what we're saying is the situations that's going on now, the battles in Syria and the battles in Ukraine, are just helping shape up the ultimate rise of the New World Order. There's a lot more pieces and parts involved, but certainly, strategically and militarily, you're seeing people flexing their muscles in these last days. Now, I'll be back in a little bit. Things are Bible prophecy is moving quickly, exponentially. 3 years ago, are you serious? We were just starting to see the Arab Spring begin. 4 years ago, there was no Arab Spring. I mean, the whole landscape is changing, folks. 4 years ago, Vladimir Putin was still fly fishing somewhere. 4 years ago, there was no Arab Spring. 4 years ago, Pope Benedict was still the Pope. And no one ever heard of Pope Francis. Where did he come from? And there was no peace initiative or agreement being worked on between the Palestinians and the Jews. I mean, and now Israel's being force-fed, being pressured from all directions as we're coming into these last days, as we're moving closer to the coming of the Lord Jesus Christ. Give your life to the Lord Jesus. We'll be right back in just a moment with more current world events and how they relate to Bible prophecy.